Why the media hates PewDiePie. PewDiePie's excuse for promoting racist YouTube content includes What's Up PewDiePie, the troubling content of YouTube's biggest star, YouTube's monster, PewDiePie and his populist revolt. PewDiePie gives shout out to hateful anti-Semitic YouTube channel. PewDiePie and Trump are using the same playbook. For some time, PewDiePie was just another YouTuber who would create content like video game streaming and satire. He would also sometimes address events going on in the YouTube community. Let me be honest. I was never a fan of PewDiePie until last year in February. And do you remember when that time was? It was a time when the Wall Street Journal and all these other publications smeared PewDiePie for promoting anti-Semitic content. I first heard it when a channel I watched, Sorry Never Card, explained it in regards to the situation. So, long story short, PewDiePie posted content where he was making fun of Nazis. Nazis, being one of the most horrible people as well as communists and other religious extremists that kill as their belief. He was trying to explain how videos like this, the media would take it out of context and slander. Well, it's like the Wall Street journalist Ben Fritz and all the other writers there were listening to him, but because they think they are better, they didn't end up putting that part in the video, smearing PewDiePie, but they just said, oh damn, he included Hitler? Nazi? Yep, that's anti-Semitic. PewDiePie was partnered with a studio that is under Disney. I think it was like Maker Studio. I'm not entirely sure. Someone could fact check me on that. Okay, I'm no journalist, but aren't the rules in journalism like they are like you need to have like 3 sources? And if you're going to report on something that can hurt someone's career, can you at least get the confirmation first to hear like what the response is? Nah, not for these journalists. Instead of going to the main man, PewDiePie himself, they went to Disney and basically said, hey, Disney, are you going to keep working with a man who has anti-Semitic content? Like, look, we made a video. And of course, Disney, who has actually published anti-Semitic content in the past, doesn't even fact check and won't call out the Wall Street Journal. They just listen to their wishes, and or else the Wall Street Journal and other publications will write articles like Disney is working with PewDiePie who has produced anti-Semitism, or more hyperbolic articles like why hasn't Disney do anything with PewDiePie's anti-Semitism? It's never ending, of course. Disney is only trying to save themselves. That's all. So they end up dropping PewDiePie, and the Wall Street Journal are first to report it, I believe. Disney just doesn't want to have the same problems in the past. So, public relations. From Wall Street Journal to the Huffington Post to NBC and even Fox News, they all reported about him. And what did these publications mostly said? They used subjective rhetoric in their publications. They didn't say allegedly or it's not confirmed in their articles. They were being hyperbolic AF. Because of this, the YouTube community creators like Philip DeFranco, Casey Neistat, Ethan, and Hella from H3H3, Grade 8, Markiplier, and more came to defend PewDiePie. This sparked more creators to explain that the media is taking his content out of context. This sparked more people to downvote that Wall Street Journal video about PewDiePie, and mostly even said comments like, I wasn't a PewDiePie fan until now. That was pretty much me. So what did the media do to retaliate? They did something that the YouTube community would never forget. They are the reason for the adpocalypse. When the Wall Street Journal reported saying why YouTube is allowing this and what advertisers would do, the company took action because they knew the media would attack them if they do nothing. Something like the boycott arose from advertisements being played on the video, like the Chief Keef dancing to Alabama, and other extremist content leading to like the UK government, Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper, Johnson & Johnson, and many other major brands pulling their advertisements from YouTube. Because, if they keep having their advertising on these videos, then you can have these articles from like the Wall Street Journal and all these other media publications saying, oh, look, why is Coca-Cola like advertising in a video that talks about this and talks about that and all the extremes? So then it wasn't just only content from PewDiePie or news commentators like Philip DeFranco who then had to use other sites to the channel for more support. Like Philip DeFranco used, DeFranco Elite, and like you also have, of course you could use PayPal. Then you have all these other like donations and all that places. It was also small creators, okay? So YouTube was making it harder for these small creators to receive more income. Until today, it is still struggling for those who want to talk on the channel about politics, such as like foreign policy, immigration, economics, social status, all that. If you're not leaning left, But if you go look at all these media companies and digital mainstream like Vox and Mike and Vice and Verge and all these, they have all their content with ads. You can find a video of them using the attacks in Charlottesville, especially the infamous car prowl when the car like hit the protesters and one killed like that. That unfortunately that woman, Heather Heyer, I believe. They have that, and they have ads. They have ads, but if someone like an independent channel posts that as an example, YouTube demonetizes them. But YouTube will not do anything because they know that if they try to demonetize these channels from these digital media outlets, they're going to create stories that YouTube is censoring news outlets, that YouTube does not want the free press and all that, blah blah blah. And this is why I hate the mainstream media so much. Now, to my point, why does the media hate PewDiePie so much? Well, it's simple. He doesn't cater to them and their ideas. Most of these digital media outlets are from where? New York City, and of course Toronto, Chicago, San Francisco, LA. But the most come from New York City, a city so corrupt, a city where a small bedroom apartment is around the same price of like a 3-bedroom in Texas. We're going a little hyperbolic, but you just giving you like a kind of like an example. Homelessness is a problem in the Big Apple, and of course these publications won't talk about it, but rather talk about a YouTube gamer. So here's another headline most media outlets won't report: themselves, their donors, and advertisers. You wonder why these outlets like NBC doesn't report on Comcast and their association with the military-industrial complex spending billions of dollars to create more wars or anything that could be controversial? Well, money is money. You want to keep your job, you gotta shut up about the truth. And people like Noam Chomsky, he would probably like call you out when it comes to that. And he has called these media outlets out. And that's why they don't like him. So why is this happening with PewDiePie? A guy who pretty much has his fiance, his editors, and his studio as his team. It's exactly that. He has made millions while these media companies needed donors. And the funny thing is that they can't exceed to the annual revenue goal. Even by finding these articles, these media sites, they say that you need to be like a member to read more articles. You need to subscribe, and subscription is like $7 a month or something like that. Yeah, you guys are losing traffic. We know that. Because look at BuzzFeed, Mike, Vice, Verge, all these digital outlets. Salon can't pay its rent. Vox had to lay off their staff. Mike laid off their whole staff. BuzzFeed lays off some of their staff. 100 employees, I believe. So tell me, why are these companies laying off their staff? They make over millions, correct? Well, the thing is, it's not just like employee payment, benefits, renting equipment, apartment, software, and transportation. That's the cost. And there's more things. It's office rent. Maybe, okay. Remember when I said these outlets are from New York City and how poverty is an issue there? It's because people can't afford the rent there. Salon had been paying over $300,000 a year to VB Go Penn Plaza for offices at 31 Penn Plaza near Madison Square Garden. Okay, as reported by journalist Kelly from the New York Post. And this is pretty much a small company compared to the Huffington Post or BuzzFeed. So imagine how much money these outlets need to earn to pay their rent. So how can these outlets earn this? Well, they have ads on their page. I mean, if you go look at their pages, you see that there's bare type of ads saying, oh, like you could lose this, or, this is what happened, or, the top secret, or top 10, da, 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 da. All they need, to be honest, is consumers. But the problem, according to Tim Pool, an investigative independent journalist, have said, he has worked for these media companies, is that these companies hire like these marketing teams that tell them that they're like the left wing side, the left wing population is where they should pander. Because I don't know, probably the marketing team are from New York City, and they don't see what middle America sees. They don't realize that there are people who have different ideas, who don't believe in this whole like progressive culture. Like, yeah, like it's good to be progressive, but like when it comes to like, saying that like all these people are allowed to come into this country without like no vetting and all that, like, bro, as someone who uses Google AdSense, every click is around like 5 cents, so like 7 cents, and I think it's more when you click on the ads from the site. So in order for these publishers to receive that traffic, they need to report what could seem controversial. That creates more clicks. So it doesn't matter if you disagree with them or hate them. They want you to click on the site to keep the traffic there. That way they can show more advertisers, hey, look, this is our traffic. Give us more money. It's simple. More journalists are attacking PewDiePie. Andy Campbell from the Huffington Post uses rhetoric in his article that PewDiePie is creating all this hate and PewDiePie is giving more people platform to anti-Semitism, all that. Joe Benson from BuzzFeed used a VR video from him claiming he laughed at someone getting shot by someone who has the name like Rabbit. Like I'm guessing they probably are. They have lots of they're very like edgy people. Who knows? Okay, but it's taking the content out of context. He only posts just the clip. No, he doesn't even post a clip. He puts a screenshot that has like the name, and it's like, look, see, confirmed Nazi. But if you watch the whole video, you will actually understand that like the dude was literally telling people, oh, like I'm your fan. I really like you. I really like your work. I appreciate what you've done, all that. And then the dude just kills them, and he's like, people just laughs and he's like, what the heck? Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, oh my gosh, man. They're worse than like the right wingers who think video games are create violence. And as much as his followers, others, and PewDiePie himself called Joe out for his smear, he won't apologize because they have the most highest ego. No wonder they're obsessed with Trump's tweets. Ego follows more ego. So the best bet to hurt these publications and these journalists is not to go to their site and give them bad ratings and comments. Just don't open them. Don't let them get that ad revenue. Let their pride be the reason they fall. They want war. Hurt them by not clicking on that link. If no one clicks on their link, they're not going to get that revenue they need. They're not going to be able to pay their rent. And they're going to be laying off more people. That's the goal. If you don't like the media, honestly, just don't even click on the link. If you want to like read that article so badly, I don't know, maybe get like a blocking ad program that won't allow ads, because once you click on that and there's no ads popping up, I believe they won't like what? I don't think I don't think they get that traffic. I don't think they get that revenue. I'm not entirely sure. I still need to learn more when it comes to all of this. But I just want to tell you guys this, I stand up for PewDiePie. He's not perfect. He's make mistakes. No one is perfect. And the fact that the media is just targeting him, it's just complete utter nonsense. They just want the clicks. They don't care about the people, because if they did care, if they truly cared about the news, they would talk about how PewDiePie has raised money for Indian kids, knowing that this whole thing with the horror meme and subscribe to PewDiePie and beating T series and Indian channel. Like PewDiePie, he's a really good guy, and he's not like these other YouTubers who they like to flaunt their stuff and like they like to go out and all that. No, he just likes to make funny ass videos, and he just loves his fans. He loves his fans, and he doesn't care about the haters. Most of these haters are just people who just follow the same rhetoric and narratives from the mainstream media and digital media outlets, and they have nothing else to do. Want they just want outrage. They just want outrage, and they just want PewDiePie to be like they are. But PewDiePie is himself, and that's why I appreciate him. That's why I'm always gonna stick by him, because he's true to himself. Yeah, like I said, he's not perfect. He's make mistakes, and that's how we have to learn. So thank you for this rant, and yeah, if you're watching this, please subscribe to PewDiePie.